All right, welcome back to another episode of the Power Sports Memorabilia Show. I am your host, Matt Powers. Thank you again for joining me. Please visit the website, powersportsmemorabilia.com. Also, be follow over there on Instagram at Powers Autographs. Tons of new autograph signings being posted weekly. It's a lot. There's so much going on, so many items to process. So definitely appreciate you guys for sending a whole bunch of stuff in. It's been fun to see what you're sending in and getting it all signed for you there. We're talking again about athletes that I think have a good chance of, at least definitely holding their value, if not going up in value. It's something that, I think everybody should have in their collection. I've done videos similar to this one on athletes like Willie Mays, Sandy Koufax, and then also Bill Russell was probably the most recent one there. Hopefully you guys were able to pick up something there on Bill at a somewhat of affordable price there. But today we're talking about one of the best players to play in the NFL. He played in the NFL for 9 seasons, MVP award winner, NFL champion. He's also in the Hall of Fame. And for him, the list goes on and on. He was a record holder for a very long time for many of the most famous football records. And today we are talking about Jim Brown. Yes, that Jim Brown, the one that played for the Cleveland Browns. So not all these other weird Jim Browns, but that particular Jim Brown. And again, a guy that's just had so many records. A lot of them have been broken, but a couple do currently still stand. He's got the record for 6 games with 4 touchdowns in each game there. So that's an incredible record there. I think LaDainian Tomlinson and Marshall Faulk, I think, have had 5 games with 4 touchdowns. And then he's led the league in rushing a record 8 times out of the 9 years that he played in the NFL. So that's a pretty darn good stat there. Most people don't know that he only played for 9 years in the NFL. I mean, he got out kind of at a pretty good time there. It's probably why he lived so long and has this kind of a sharp memory still. He was the first NFL player to rush for over 10,000 yards. Of course, he was also an actor, appearing in a bunch of different movies. One you probably remember is Any Given Sunday back in 1999. That's crazy to think that movie is now, 23 years old. I mean, that is insane. I remember watching that one, just not a great movie, but a good movie for football fans there. Now, again, he's had some off-the-field issues. I'm not TMZ. I'm not going to be getting involved in that. So before you decide if you want to add something to your collection, you definitely should research that, make your own decision on whether you like the guy or not, because I definitely think that is important, having stuff in your collection of people that you resonate with you, the people that you like and certainly identify with. So I'll leave that up to you. You guys can handle all that on your own there. So I'm not going to get into any of that stuff there. But again, just a great NFL player. Definitely one that I think that you should have in your collection. Okay, so enough of that long intro there. I apologize there. But let's talk about autographs, which is what you came here to hear about. The last signing for Jim Brown was in 2020, I believe. So only a couple years ago, not too far. He is 86 years old as of the making of this video. Now, will he do another autograph signing? I don't know. I think it's certainly possible. He's very sharp at age 86 there. But again, some of the other guys that I mentioned there, Bill Russell, I didn't think he was going to do one. And then also Willie Mays, I don't think he's going to be doing one. So out of all the people that I mentioned, Koufax just recently did one. I think it's possible. I wouldn't cross it out, but definitely going to be a tough one there. He has signed quite a bit. He's done a bunch of different signings. He's not guys like Willie Mays, who hasn't done a bunch of them. It's been quite a few years though. I mean, 2 years is a decent amount of time in order to sell a bunch of products there. There's not much on the market right now. Currently, custom jerseys, which you guys know I'm not a fan of, and also the full-size helmets are currently selling for about $800. So definitely not a cheap autograph. But there's just not much out there. Believe me, I was looking. I was trying to pick up some stuff, at least affordable stuff. I did manage to find an autographed book of his that was somewhat affordable. I've got a great idea for framing that up with a Super Bowl ticket and a photo from the NFL championship game. It actually wasn't the Super Bowl he played in. It was actually 1964, which is the NFL championship. The Super Bowl didn't start until 1967. So it'll be kind of a unique non-Super Bowl piece that I'm going to put together for him there. But again, I think it's just going to be slim pickings on Jim Brown, assuming he doesn't do another autograph signing. And again, I would probably be looking for helmets on him that are of the throwback style. I always like getting helmets of players on the style that they wore, or at least something close to that. Getting Jim Brown on a speed helmet, it really doesn't make much sense to me, just because obviously he never wore that style. So if you can find a helmet with it in the throwback style, I definitely would pick that up. If you can find one with the Hall of Fame 71 inscription, I would definitely be picking that up. That's going to be a pretty penny there, but again, I don't see him, much of those coming onto the market, assuming he doesn't do another signing. Second on my list would be really any jersey, but if you can find a Mitchell and Ness one out there, you'll thank me later for getting the actual real jersey as opposed to a custom jersey. But again, you're just not going to have much of a choice at this particular point, so really any jersey will work. Third thing I would be looking for is any autograph card of his. Now, the rookies of his are, I think, 5,000 plus right now. So that's probably out of the price range of most. Even like Panini, like National Treasures cards of him are like $1,500. So he's definitely very expensive autograph right now. I've been picking up a lot of his 1960 Topps cards, kind of unautographed. I think there's definitely value in there. There's not a whole bunch of those that have been graded as compared to obviously, modern cards there. So I definitely think there's value in some of the unsigned items. But if you're looking for something autographed and you want to do the cards, the rookies are probably out of the range. But there are some ones out there, again, that $1,500 range. But again, if you're going to spend $1,500 on an autographed card, you could pick up a jersey and a helmet for the same exact price. So I would probably do that instead. But again, I just think Jim Brown is one that, especially if you're a Cleveland fan, that goes without saying, that you should definitely have in your collection. He's obviously a top 5 running back of all time. I don't think there's any argument in that one. But again, don't add someone to your collection or buy something just because I say it or some other dummy on the internet says it. Okay, always do your own research, do what's best for you. And if you like the guy, you identify with him, and you think it's something that you would like to have in your collection, again, if you're from Cleveland, that's a no-brainer. But again, do your own research and buy stuff that you like and that fits within your collection and also your budget. So, hope you guys liked this episode. Again, don't forget to visit the website, powersportsmemorabilia.com. Also, give me a follow over there on Instagram at Powers Autographs, and I will see you on the next episode.